Check, check. Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? I'm live. It looks like my stream is working. I'll give you guys a minute to find the stream while I text a couple of my mods. Hope people are having a good day despite all the crazy bad news coming out of the woodwork. So let me just start with my thing's not working. Okay, weird. I told you my phone's been acting up. So there has been another assassination. Pretty wild. It's a man in his 40s who's a professor at MIT. If you're not familiar with MIT, it is one of the most prestigious educational institutions probably in the world. Let me see if I can find an article about it to share with you real quick. So this happened today in Boston, in Brookline, which is right outside of Boston. It's just a section of it right by Cambridge. So it's close to Harvard. And this man was a very distinguished academic. And somebody just walked into his apartment and pew-pewed him with a firearm. Anna Bees, what's up? How are you, honey? I know. So I bet none of us have heard about it. I'm surprised I heard about it. I don't know how I did. I just was scrolling and saw it and was like, wait, what? This guy at MIT, let me see, MIT professor. His name is Nuno Lorio. So I would read CBS out loud, but they suck. They're like the new Newsmax. I'm good. I hope you are too. I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty good day. I just, I wasn't able to come on live earlier and I had to come on live and it looks like I'm red. OMG. Let me see if I can fix that. Does it look to you like I'm red? Is that better? If I just... The lighting is so weird. I got to quit moving around. See, that's the problem with moving from different spaces is the lighting completely changes. It kind of changes every day anyway, just on its own. And the, the laptop is like constantly adjusting. So here, I'll read the New York Times. That's somebody that I feel like is trustworthy. The professor, Nuno Lorio, Loureiro. I'm sorry for hacking up this professor's name, was pronounced deceased at a hospital on Tuesday morning. That's this morning. It is the 16th of December. The authorities say they had opened a homicide investigation. Let's see, 47 years old. And he was the director of the Plasma Science Infusion Center. I kid you not, Anna Bees, a lot of these people who wind up on a live just happen to be in these really key positions that are usually in direct competition with people like Elon. So, it says that he was a member of the departments of nuclear science and engineering and physics, as well as the director of MIT's Plasma Science Infusion Center. So they responded Monday night after receiving a report of a man pew-pewed in his home, was brought to the hospital with wounds, and he was pronounced deceased Tuesday morning. Okay, so he was alive when they picked him up. Now, I heard a report that Rob Reiner's wife was alive but didn't make it to the hospital alive. Have you heard that, Anna Bees? I only heard that one place, so I don't know if that's true and accurate. So no, it was fine. It's good now. Very interesting. Imagine that crazy stuff. Absolutely. I haven't heard that. So I've learned a lot about the situation with Nick Reiner, and I wanted to go through some of that on this live. I want to talk about how I just have expected there to be a whole lot of headlining, grabbing violence as the Trumpstein Files date approaches. And I think it's going to get a lot worse. It's Tuesday, so we have Wednesday, we have Thursday, we have Friday. Friday's the D-Day. So I'm concerned. You know, I've spoken so many times about the accident that Ivana had when it was the night before those giant depositions were to start. They were scheduled to be a week long. That's a really long deposition. Most depositions are just like a day or two. So 3 week-long depositions, and I don't think that was a coincidence. So the depositions were rescheduled. They were postponed, and eventually it caught up with them. But just like Charlie Kirk getting assassinated the day before 9/11, it just seems like the Trumpster fire has the tendency to procrastinate and put things off and then wait till the last minute. You know, honestly, Anna, kind of like the kid who phones in a BOMB threat to his school because he didn't study for his freaking science exam. That's who is our president. I'm pretty sure about that, in my humble conspiracy theory opinion. So let me do all my normal stuff. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of hoping to start a conversation with my dear friend Anna Bees and whoever else wants to be involved. And everything I say is simply my opinion. I just said that. All my videos are made for the tube of you and I. And what else? Hit your like button. I think my thumb is in the other room. So as you can see, I'm back in my studio for a minute. So I'll be bouncing around from whatever space is available to me. But I don't like to bounce. I like stability. I like consistency. I haven't heard that. Yes, there are several people that thought that too, Jazz. It's just so suspicious. Oh, tell me who else has thought that, because I haven't been able to watch a lot of YouTube today, and I've heard at least one other person say that, and I wish I wrote down who it was, but you know, I try to take notes when I'm watching videos, but I'm not always able to when I'm doing other stuff. But in the thumbnail, I used photographs of Ivana. Ivana is the mother. Ivanka is the daughter, because that's not confusing. So in the thumbnail, I used photographs of Ivana's gravesite at Bedminster Golf Course, and it's atrocious. I've showed pictures of it before on this channel. It's insane. It's the most disrespectful thing you can imagine. And in the event that it wasn't an accident, who's your first suspect? I mean, in the event that Jeffrey didn't Epstein himself, who's your first effing suspect? This man is a freaking red rummer. in my opinion. And the whole thing with Rob Reiner and his beautiful wife, I think her name is Michelle, is just so insane, the crap that he said. So I want to say this. This is really important to me to say, and I probably don't have it written in my notes. My notes are sketchy today. What is it that I wanted to say? It's so important. It really is. So even if Nick, their child, is just on his own the person who did this to his parents, to Rob Reiner and Michelle, obviously the fact that anybody would post something like what Donnie posted is insane. But this is what I wanted to say. If he was drunk posting, wouldn't that make more sense? So the man says he's never had a drink in his life. I'm a mental health professional. I specialized in chemical dependency. Everyone underreports how much substances they use. That's your rule of thumb. When you're doing intakes with substance abuse, you can pretty much assume that you're going to get roughly a report of about maybe half of what the truth is. So I've only interviewed like one person who said that she never had alcohol in her entire life. And I didn't really believe her, but I found out it was a huge effing lie. She was a total substance abuser. And at the same time, when Dear Leader says that he's never touched alcohol in his life, like, let's just say that that's true. It's kind of even worse if he's acting like this without the excuse or the logic of it being due to alcohol consumption or other substances. He's completely effing off his rocker. That's a perfect analogy. I'm terrible at remembering who said what. I'm terrible at remembering what I'm thinking and trying to say. Again, that's why I like to do my lives every day. It makes me much better at it. Use it or lose it, right? Maybe a black man. Oh, was it it wasn't Reese Waters, was it? Have you been watching him? You know, I watch him almost every day. I love that man. I do not believe he has never had a drink. Well, and owning casinos, that doesn't add up. And again, if he has never had a drink, we know that we've heard him like phone into news shows and sound completely intoxicated. He's belligerent AF. It would make a lot more sense, like why he puts orange all over his face. A lot of alcoholics get that red nose. And if he's trying to camouflage his red nose, right? Let's see. Sorry, just need to text real quick. Respond to a text. He was older. Oh, older than Reese Waters. Okay. But a black man? Older like me. I know. I'm too old for Reese Waters. He's probably in his 40s. You have to call me a cougar, right? And maybe I am, but it's just a crush. He's happily married. I'm happily married. Oh, alcoholic personality. Well, I guess it's a topic of conversation because it's one of the things that Susie Wiles, or is it Wild? Or yeah, Wiles. It's one of the things that she said in her 11 interviews is that he has an alcoholic personality type, and she knows the type well because her dad was one. And also his brother was one. Mary Trump's father passed away at the age of 42 from his alcoholism. I also have my suspicions about Donnie's other brother who passed away, the one who filled in at Trump Taj Mahal for a month after those 3 executives died in that helicopter crash. The guy filled in for a month and then quit. His brother quit. And then it was when he was 70 that he fell, and there's not a lot of details. And then he was hospitalized. Donnie visited him every day at the hospital, and then he didn't make it. Interesting. Let me look that up real quick so I can tell you what his name is. It was August of 2020. It was Robert Trump. He was 71 years old. So I'll read to you what AI Overview says. Donald Trump's younger brother, Robert Trump, died in August 2020 after reportedly suffering brain bleeds that began after a recent fall. He was 71 years old at the time of his death. While an official cause of death was not publicly disclosed by the White House, family friends cited a serious fall as the instigating incident that led to his rapid health decline. He had been hospitalized for over a week in intensive care a couple of months prior to his death as well. He had been hospitalized for over a week in intensive care a couple of months prior to his death as well. That reads really weird, doesn't it, Annabise? Can you help me make sense of that sentence? Is it just me? He had been hospitalized for over a week in intensive care a couple of months prior to his death as well. So he wasn't in intensive care anymore when he died. I thought he died in the hospital, and I thought that he was still in intensive care. Robert Trump was a businessman and real estate developer who worked for the Trump Organization and was known for leading a quieter life than his older brother. I'm pretty sure he only worked for him for that 1 month. Let's see what The Guardian said about it the day after it happened. Wow, he's a pretty good-looking man, actually, Robert Trump. He kind of resembles Robert Redford, in my opinion. You see that? Am I showing? There's the ugly one, the fugly one. But yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Interesting. But what did they say? Donald Trump's younger brother died on Saturday night, age 71, after being hospitalized. Trump on Friday visited his brother in hospital after White House officials said Robert had become seriously ill. Officials did not immediately release a cause of death. No, they did not for a very long time. And they said it was from the brain bleeds. It is with a heavy heart that I share that my wonderful brother, Robert, peacefully passed away tonight. He was not just my brother, he was my best friend. He will be greatly missed, but we will meet again. No, I don't think you're going to the same place he might be going, dude. The youngest of the Trump siblings had remained close to the 74-year-old president, and as recently as June, filed a lawsuit on behalf of the Trump family that unsuccessfully sought to stop a publication of a tell-all book by the president's niece, Mary. Did you know that Rob Reiner was working on or had worked on a documentary about Donnie Tudor's Russian ties, the Russia. Makes it a lot more suspicious, doesn't it? Robert had reportedly been hospitalized in the intensive care unit for several days that same month. He took blood thinners and had recently experienced brain bleeds. I can say it. Both longtime businessmen had strikingly different personalities. Donnie once described his younger brother as much quieter and easygoing than I am. The only guy in my life whom I ever call honey. Well, what about Bubba? It's going to make him cry. Robert Trump began his career at Wall Street, managing real estate. He was known as the nice Trump. The relationship could be turbulent. The president, more than 2 years older, admitted bullying his brother in their younger years, even as he praised his loyalty and laid back demeanor. In the 1980s, Donald Trump tapped Robert to oversee an Atlantic City casino project, calling him the perfect fit for the job. When it cannibalized his other casinos, though, he pointed the finger of blame at Robert. What a nice man, said Blair, author of The Trumps, 3 Generations That Built an Empire. When the slot machines jammed at the opening weekend at the Taj Mahal, he very specifically and furiously denounced Robert, and Robert walked out and never worked for his brother again, Blair said. I'm pretty sure it was only a month, but I figured that it had more to do with thinking that dear Donnie might have had something to do with that helicopter crash that the 3 executives passed away on. Boston University graduate, Robert later managed for his dad. Okay. Yeah. Put that down, pick up my notebook, throw it on the ground, and then pick it up and read what you were saying to me, my dear. Nothing wrong with having crushes, even at our age. No, I think it's very healthy. It's very healthy to have crushes and to be upfront and honest about it, and to just appreciate that you still have it in you, right? I mean, even my grandmother on her deathbed had an imaginary boyfriend across the hall at her nursing home. It was so adorable. She would talk about that they bought a hacienda in Mexico, and we were all invited. We had an open invitation to come hang out at the hacienda whenever we wanted. And it was the imaginary boyfriend was somebody that she had known, that she grew up with. And so in her fantasy, he had come back into her life. But who knows, with the way life and death are, maybe there was more to it. Maybe on a spiritual level, he had come to her and bought her a hacienda in Mexico. Let's see. Little T makes me think he has syphilis brain. Oh, absolutely, Annabise. And you're a professional that would know. I definitely think he has syphilis, and I don't even know what the symptoms are. I mean, there's no way he didn't get STDs. He probably has had his way with well over 1,000 women. You want to know who else is in jail? The lawyer. What was his name? Michael. He was hot too. The lawyer for Stormy Daniels. He's been in jail for years. I think he had a 6-year sentence. Stormy Daniels' lawyer. Michael Avenatti. Um, what does it say here in the AI overview? Multiple fraud convictions, including stealing millions from clients like Stormy Daniels and tax fraud. 14-year sentence in late 2022, plus a previous sentence for extorting Nike. He was disbarred in California just this year. That took a while, 2025, and is appealing his convictions, but remains incarcerated after losing his appeal on the Nike case in 2023. See, and I wonder how much of it is true and how much of it is having little T's henchmen and legal eagles on his ass, right? Okay, so it was worded badly. It's not me having syphilis brain. Yes, I see it. He was attractive. Yeah, surprisingly, because I mean, I just won't even go there with El Presidente, dog face. No, I did not know that. It's just fun to have a crush, isn't it? It certainly is. I mean, I like to think I have a crush on my husband too. That was a sweet story about your grandma. Aw, yeah, my grandmother was the best. The best. I had a very tight relationship with her. And she passed away in '08, the year before I moved back to Ohio. And she was in Ohio, and I wanted to move here to be close to her, but I knew that she was not going to be living long anyway. And she passed away a year before we moved, almost exactly a year before we moved. And it's okay. When I got the call that day, I remember my oldest child was in first grade, and it was the last day of school, and we were on a field trip to the beach. And I got a call on my cell phone while I was at the beach. I think I was getting in my car, getting ready to leave, and got the news, which was devastating. And I mean, I was really tight with my grandmother, and she was so strong, and she lasted so long. I want to say she was 86, 87. Because, yeah, we always joke that she was 86, but now there's the new joke, the 6'7". Anyway, she might have just turned 87, or she just turned 86. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. What matters is that I was really at peace with her passing away that day. Like, I just felt like it was okay. Kind of the same thing with my mom too. Like, I could never wrap my brain around losing my mom. Never, ever, ever. And she was so sick for 10 years. She had kidney failure. And there were many times in those 10 years that it was not looking good at all. And I would just think, like, no, she cannot pass away today. I just can't. I can't have that. And I after years of thinking that every day, I would think, it's never a good day to lose your mother. It's never a good day to lose someone you love. But the day before she passed away, I felt like it was okay for her to go. I felt like she needed to. And when she didn't, I was kind of scared. Like, I kind of thought, because she was so close to death, Annabise, I thought that she might just hang on at that really low level, like vegetative state, that she would just hang on for another 10 years. And I did not want that for her. I mean, she was doing fairly good a lot of the time during the 10 years that she was in a nursing home and having dialysis 3 times a week. She had good days and she had bad days. But the day before she passed away, I was Like, I felt like that would have been a good day for her to die. And when she didn't die, I was kind of terrified. So when she did pass away the next day, I was relieved. Like, it was time. And she was 80. Was she 80? Or was she 79? I think she was 79. I think she just turned 79. Um, Man, how many years ago was it now? I think it was 4 years ago. I think we're coming up on the 4-year anniversary. Enough about me. I came on here to talk about all these horrible tragedies in the world, and now I'm talking about what's dearest to my heart. I mean, Rob Reiner was pretty dear to my heart, right? With I can't even list all the movies that he's done. I mean, he had such an impact on so many lives. He was such a talented man. He was such a funny and gregarious, lighthearted, all of the things that Dear Leader is not. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least if there was something crazy, hokey going on with all of it. But even just at face value, if it's as straightforward of a tragedy as it looks like on the surface, that his son, they went to a party the night before Annaby's. They went to a party at Conan O'Brien's house, Rob Reiner, Michelle, and Nick. And they got into an argument at the party. I guess it was kind of a fancy party, and he was wearing a hoodie and he wasn't socializing with people. I guess he'd been through rehab like 15 times. He was currently living with them. And so it was the following day that it happened. And it's just so crazy for Conan O'Brien and everybody else there at the party. There might have been like an argument at the party. He was never attractive. No, he was not. Even like, even at his best, on his best day, he was still absolutely disgusting. It was hard losing my mom, but I had lost her before she passed, so it was okay for her to go also. Same with my dad. He was in so much pain from bone cancer. Ooh, that sucks. He was legendary. Yeah, Rob Reiner. So, some of the things, I've caught some of Mary Trump's content today, and her talking about her evil uncle. You know, Dear Leader really is sort of like Archie Bunker, right? And what I didn't realize, because I'm not a New Yorker, is that All in the Family was set in Queens. So you had Archie being, your typical racist, anti-Semitic, chauvinistic pig, just a total jackass to everybody. And that man who played him, Carroll O'Connor, was one of the sweetest men you would ever meet. He was just such a great actor. He nailed that character. And then Meathead, his son-in-law, was the antithesis. He was like the radical hippie dude. And I guess that Queens has a lot of people like Archie Bunker, and that's where Donnie is from. Donnie's from Queens. So it's just kind of funny how it's insane. It's not funny. It's insane how much he inserts himself right into the middle of it. And not only making that heinous post where he said the most stupidest crap. This was the thing that I really wanted to say. This is why I came on. What if everything he said in that post was actually true? I know it sounds nuts, but he basically says that Rob Reiner's life, that he passed passed away due to his tremendous excessive derangement syndrome, right? And then he worked on the Russia documentary. So what if that is why he passed away? What if the deranged syphilis brain president was telling on himself with that post? And I kind of think that it's possible. And what's the most profound thing to me is that it's even a remote possibility. Like, never would I think that some president would go after some Hollywood actor and then post about it. But that's what the kids do these days. When they commit crimes, they freaking post about it. It's sort of like if they don't post about it and gloat about it, it didn't happen. I mean, that's the way young thugs are these days. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, I was thinking poor Conan too. I know, I love Conan. He's one of my favorites. I could just cry. I really could. Archie Bunker was funny because he was so ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely. The T derangement syndrome, right? And I've said that I am like full T derangement syndrome fatigue. I mean, seriously. But what's the source of the T derangement syndrome? One of the craziest things of that post that he wrote, and I won't read it again because I'm sure we've all heard it so many times. He refers to himself in the third person 3 times in that post. That's crazy. There was a really good Seinfeld episode about that. I'm at fatigue right now too. Yeah, I mean, I seriously, this weekend was just like such a blitz of drama and sadness and trauma and just global tragedy that, like, yesterday I couldn't believe it was Monday. Like, it felt like Saturday had happened and Sunday had happened and like it was days later, but it was just like still Monday. Now we're at Tuesday. It's just unreal. Way too much tragedy. And I mean, and we're not even talking about the wars on top of it, right? Freaking Gaza. So crazy. The situation in Ukraine is awful. Our power went out the other night for an hour, and it was one of the nights when it was like single digits, and we, our heat wouldn't work while the power was out. And I don't mind having my power out. We had blankets and warm pets and stuff, and it was only an hour. But I was thinking about the people in Ukraine and how a lot of them don't have power, and the winter is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Yes, third person, he's 8 up. Yeah. So I was gonna pull up the thing. I'm not gonna like read it out loud unless you want me to. I mean, I would think you've probably heard it many times, like I have. Trump's post. Rob Reiner. I mean, he's just so effing nuts the way he goes after people all the freaking time. He's such an effing bully. And I'm so sick of Melania, man. Like, she's as bad as he is at this point, in my opinion. Gross new low. Yep. And it's very sad. to me, for people to be talking about Trump, not Rob Reiner and his wife. However, I really agree with Mary Trump that we need to address it. We can't just ignore it. But overall, I think that if the public could ignore him, could just like not respond to his posts, not respond to his interviews, his little pressers, I think that would be the best way to let him finish himself off, right? Let's see. Once very talented movie director and comedy star. And to say that he passed away, he didn't pass away. His life was ripped away from him very violently. Trigger warning, Annabes. Did you hear? I don't think I said this yet, that their throats were slit, allegedly. And so I don't know if she was actually alive in the ambulance or not, since I only heard that in one place. I don't want to spread that as valid information because I don't know that it is. But man, the way this guy goes on and on, reportedly due to the anger he caused others. Okay, so this is how he passed away. This is how both of them passed away. Due to the anger he caused others. So because of the anger that he caused others. So is he talking about himself? The anger that he caused Don? Through his massive, unyielding, incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. Who the F came up with that syndrome? I think you did, sir. You and your freaking accordion hands. I'm so sick of his damn invisible accordion. You know what I'm even sicker of is his like hand job thing that he does on stage all the time. And then when he does it when he's dancing, it's just like he's so rude. He's so effing rude. But who makes up a disease of themselves except for somebody who has the disease themselves? Sometimes referred to as TDS. Oh, like it's a medical term. They should put it in the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. He was known to have driven people crazy, all caps, crazy, by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights. As the Trump administration, I hate the way he capitalizes words like administration. That's not where you capitalize. He also capitalized golden and age, golden age of America. As the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness with the golden age of America upon us. Like, the man is so effing crazy. Always with the best you've ever seen, the greatest, like no one's ever seen before, and always with the freaking gold. The guy is obsessed with gold. Damn. Doesn't he know titanium is the cool stuff? What was a good one? You're like, LOL, Jazz, that was a good one. That was just like right now. What did I say? Oh, the hand job thing. I didn't make that up. On the Daily Show, they call it the double handy, the dance. It's the double handy. Oh, OMG. But when he does the thing on stage, like at his rallies, it's so fucking rude. It's so grotesque. It's definitely him, like being basically like a freaking monkey holding his wang. I mean, that's what monkeys do. They throw their poo and they hold their penises, right? Is it monkeys or apes or both? But he does both of those things, with his handy crap and then with the poo AI video. I don't want to hear it again. I know. When I'm watching a video and they read the whole thing, I'm like, no, don't do it. It's okay to read parts of it, but don't do the whole thing. Ugh. MTG did. Some people are speaking up this time. And for the people that aren't, I mean, even Jillian Michaels, is that her name? That hideous nightmare of a hottie lesbian who's just like complete Trumpster fire. I think her name is Jillian Michaels. She's like a personal workout queen. She's completely nuts. And even she disagreed with him doing that. I totally thought that she would be one of the few people that would say, oh, no, that's fine. Just say it like it is. And she said she felt the same way about Rob Reiner, but that what Trump did was completely unacceptable. So didn't hear that. I think I was on overload yesterday. Yeah, I was so on overload. So one of the things that I really want to point out too is the tragedy in Sydney, Australia, and Rob Reiner. Both of those were on the first day of Hanukkah, and Rob Reiner's Jewish. So maybe it's not just his crazy kid, Nick. I mean, I don't know. There's not enough information at this point to know, obviously. And if it was him that did it, he could have been radicalized, right? He thinks he's a TV show. He is a TV show. I know. And I mean, it's like the Apprentice White House edition. So Anna Bees, did you hear that it's been ordered for the construction of the ballroom to stop and for all of the construction to be dismantled and for the East Wing to be rebuilt? Did you hear about that judge's order? The hand thing job was funny too. Oh, the MDS. The Diagnostic Statistical Manual. So yours for medical is MDS. For mental health, it's the DSM. Yeah. Sorry, my nose is starting to get stuffy. Oh no. I can't be getting sick. My daughter had a really bad cold for the last week. That would absolutely suck. I better drink some hot tea and take it easy and make sure that I don't come down with anything. I think apes are a little more classy. If an ape throws poo at you, he really means it. So it's the monkeys that throw the poo. I think it's the apes that hold their packages when they are trying to assert that they are the alpha. I think. I mean, I'm no Jane Goodall, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Oh, hello, Christine Herman. How lovely to see you. How are you doing tonight? Super lovely to see you. I was just thinking about wrapping up, but now I don't want to with another old pal. No, I did not know the Congress put a stop to the building construction. A judge ordered So, I mean, of course, they're not going to listen, but at least it's been ordered. Let's see. Construction of ballroom. Oh, wait, no. Now, a new judge says that they're letting the ballroom construction proceed. Dang it. Well, I'm glad that I checked. So I'm not, again, being incorrect. But going back and forth. Judge unlikely to immediately halt Trump's White House ballroom project. This is Reuters, so very trustworthy. Preservationists sued Trump over White House East Wing demolition. Judge said plaintiffs had not shown irreparable harm. Ballroom project accused of causing irreversible damage to White House grounds. Federal judge said on Tuesday that he was not inclined to order the administration to immediately halt. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon said at a hearing that he was unlikely to issue a temporary restraining order sought by the National Trust for Historic Preservation in its lawsuit accusing the president and federal agencies of starting the 90,000 square foot project without legally required reviews or approvals. Well, yeah, they did do it without going through the avenues that they were supposed to. Leon said the preservation group had not shown that letting the project proceed for now would cause irreparable harm, but he warned the government to limit construction to below ground work not tied to a specific future design. The judge said he would issue a formal order soon and would hold another hearing in January. Trump welcomed. Okay, enough of that. Oh, bummer. I was excited thinking that it was maybe going to come to a halt, although I figured that they would just ignore that anyway. So before we wrap up, and especially with Christine here, but man, my nose is getting all crazy. I wanted to talk a little bit about Erica Kirk. I mean, I don't really want to talk about her, but I feel like we have to. Because she's a freaking monster. She's an absolute monster. Let me show you a screenshot. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm like sneezing in my shirt to make sure I don't get my germs on you guys. Are you ready for this? This is so funny. Let me see if you guys can see this. You can see that, right? I think this was Keith Edwards. I think it was a Keith Edwards video that I took that screenshot in. Give credit where credit's due. But I'm not sure if it was him or someone else. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of screenshots of Candace and Charlie. I'm going to sneeze again. It's the worst when you think you're going to sneeze and then you don't. Okay, this is the two little lovebirds back in the day. There's so many pictures of them like this and videos of them like this. You would think that they maybe were an item, but I don't know. I mean, he's a complete racist, so I doubt it. But I think that is what it makes Candace so compelled to fight for justice for him. So Erica says that she wants justice for Charlie. And if she ever hears any little bit of information that she thinks might be a lead, that she gives that right over to the authorities because she wants justice. So she says. Let's see. Trump has no plans to rebuild. Does he has a plan for design? That's funny. I don't know. I thought he did. I thought he had an architect. Bless you. Thank you, Annabese. She is pure evil in my opinion. Yeah, Erica, she's like, she thinks she's a like cult queen or something. I mean, I believe that she thinks she's going to be the first female president of our country. And I also believe that our president wanted to appoint her to be like the overseer of all of the news agencies, all of the fake news agencies. So, I mean, maybe he already has appointed her to that. I don't know. I mean, he does whatever he freaking wants. But I found an article, you guys, that said she was from Cincinnati, Ohio. One article after digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. And that same article said that she started competing in pageants in 2006. Pretty wild. If I can, I'll try to put a link to that article in the description. So I also wanted to mention to you guys, have you ever watched a content creator called New York Nadia? She's been doing some really good videos about Erica Kirk. So I'm going to put a link in the description to one that she did the other day. But right before I came on, I saw that she just dropped a new one. And she brought up something that I think I brought it up a long time ago, and I don't think other people have brought it up, but how similar Erica Kirk might be to JonBenet Ramsey. And what year was, because I think they might even be born close to the same year. Let's see what year JonBenet Ramsey was born. I'm not saying that I think that they're one and the same person, but it's just kind of wild. It was wild to hear what Nadia had to say about it. She was born August 6, 1990, and Erica was born, this is sad, I know her birthday, November 20th, 1988. And then, of course, she passed away December 26, 1996. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. 6 years old. How is that an unsolved case? Give me an effing break. That little girl was being transported big time. Big time. Let's see. Yes, she looks like that other evil preacher. Oh, Tammy Faye Baker. And you know who else she looks exactly like? There's a politician in Vegas who stole a bunch of money, and then Trump pardoned her. And then she got a boob job with some of the money that she stole from like fallen soldier or fallen officer funds. Let's see, Vegas politician. Pardoned. Um, Michelle Fiore. Let's see. I saw a picture of her, and for a minute, I thought it was Erica. I will show you what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, there was a better one. That's her. Here. That's the Vegas politician that stole money out of the funds for it was like a statue for a fallen police officer. I think it was like $71,000. She stole it and got plastic surgery with the money. And then she got prosecuted, and then Trump pardoned her. I've done a couple of videos about her. She's absolutely hideous, but she looks a lot like Erica Kirk. Like they totally have the same vibe, just like Tammy Faye Baker. There's another one of her looking a lot like Erica. Not quite as beauty pageant worthy as Erica, but just that whole like overdone makeup look, overdone hair and makeup. Absolutely gross. Okay. Oh, is Billy Darling here? I think she dresses like a slut. She dresses very bizarrely, especially when you think about how much money she has, that she could own whatever clothes she wants. And she has really bad taste. Not a surprise. Um, oh, let's see. What does Billy Darling call her? Candy-O? Oh yeah, Candace Owens. I thought that was cute. To take blame off herself. God save us from TDS and EK, Trump derangement syndrome. I really can't believe we live in this world that has totally lost their minds. I can't believe that the situation with the douchebag in the president's office has not been resolved. And the resolution cannot be JD Vance. Like, that might actually be worse. I think it would be, but it's hard to imagine anything worse. I think her brother murked her by accident. John Benet Ramsey. Yeah. What they had a Christmas party the day before. I think they had like 2,000 people at the house, is what they said. I mean, just their whole lifestyle, it was Christmas morning and they were waking up to fly their little airplane to, I think they were going to Aspen or something like that. But it's like, can't you just like sit still for a minute? Can't you just like open Christmas presents with your kids and drink hot chocolate? To have to like get up early on Christmas Day to get on an airplane, like what a pain in the butt. I think they were going on a ski trip. And they're already in Colorado. Like why do you need to go to another place in Colorado? Oh, Jazz, I'm sorry you sound like you're getting one hell of a cold. I know, it just started during the live. I'll do my my neti pot. I haven't done that in forever. And yeah, my daughter's been um, battling a really bad cold for like a week. It would absolutely suck if I get anything like what she got. So yeah, I probably should wrap up and go do the neti pot. No, it's an evil white man preacher with the same color eyes. Um I don't know what you mean, Ann Bees. Are you talking about Erica? Um Let's see, I've thought that as well. My husband said that right away because he never seemed right in the head to me. Oh, the brother. Well, how could you be right in the head when your little sister gets red rummed on Christmas Day and the police can't figure it out? Like that's one of the things that makes me really suspicious about the shooting at Brown University. It's like they still haven't figured that one out. And oh, you guys, the pictures, have you seen the flyers that they've put up to try to find this suspect? The flyers remind me of the Kylie Rodney flyers. Like they are the worst pictures from so far away, you can't make out anything. It totally reminds me of the Kylie Rodney flyers. Like bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Um, what is the preacher's name? Christine. He looks so evil, provocative. Yes, that Ramsey family was something else. I know what you mean, but can't think of his name either. Always saw them show close up pics of his face and those big evil eyes glaring at you. Well, the weirdest thing I thought was when Natalie Holloway's mom started dating um, John Benet Ramsey's dad. I thought that was really bizarre. But both of their daughters might have been transported, you know. I think Natalie Holloway was, I mean, just the whole thing with, there was like a crack house that Joran took her to. And that whole thing with that Carlos and Charlie's restaurant that she was at with her friends when um, I think she got roofied by Norn Vandersloot and those two brothers, and then they abducted her, and I think they trafficked her. And for a long time, I thought she passed away that same night, and she might have, but for all we know, she's still being trafficked. I mean, remember when Dr. Phil went down there and he was like convinced that she was still alive and that she was being trafficked? Um, but the thing with his dad, the thing with Joran Vandersloot's father, was his name Paul Vandersloot? And remember, he died of a heart attack like a year or two later. And he was like some high ranking political figure for the Netherlands. And there's a lot of transporting that goes on with the Netherlands because of like Amsterdam. And I never like put all that together, the stuff about his dad and the stuff about transporting with the Netherlands and Amsterdam. So I don't know. The thing that made me start thinking about her case like that was that other woman who went missing off of that cruise ship, the one that was like 28 years ago that keeps showing back up in documentaries. Oh, you guys know who I'm talking about. Um, she was on that cruise ship with her family, and then the crew members wanted to take her to that exact same restaurant, that Carlos and Charlie's restaurant. And then I did a bunch of research on the Carlos and Charlie's restaurants because they closed that one down, I think like a year after the whole Natalie Holloway case, I think, killed it. But then I want to say that one opened near, I'm not even kidding you, one opened near Mar-a-Lago. Seriously. Same thing with that Maxwell's Plum restaurant from New York City. Remember, Anna Bees, you might remember when I was looking that up and how it had closed down, but then it reopened near Mar-a-Lago. So Carlos and Charlie's is a chain, but it's a chain restaurant bar that is involved in transporting. So what is that? missing woman from cruise 28 years ago. Amy Lynn Bradley. So I think that you guys are probably aware of this case because it keeps showing back up in the, like I said, in the documentaries. So this is Amy Lynn Bradley, who was on a cruise 28 years ago when she was like 23 years old. It was a cruise she was on with her mother, her father, and her brother. And so the crew wanted to take her to this Carlos and Charlie's in the exact same one in where were they? Aruba. And she was like, no way, I won't go. I would never go. That sounds creepy. Like, why did they want me? So this is what she looked like. She was kind of a tomboy, and she was, I think she was bisexual. I think that she had a girlfriend, but she also had a boyfriend. But this is a woman that has shown up in internet porn that looks like it's probably her. And she has a couple of real distinctive tattoos. I think she has a Tasmanian devil and I think another tattoo. And there's been sightings of her for sure. Like she was definitely abducted and transported. And when I was watching a documentary about it a few months ago, I was like, Carlos and Charlie's in Aruba. Wait a second. And I looked it up and it was the same place, the exact same place. And it just kind of sparked ideas about what was really going on with Natalie Holloway and Joran van der Sloot. Maybe. These people, man. So many sick freaks in the world. Ugh. Was there anything else we needed to talk about, you guys? Because I probably should go to take care of my my nostrils. You guys do neti pots? They're really good to do when you. We really should do them every day to prevent illness, but especially if you're starting to get sick, it'll help take care of it. So. Do you remember when Elon said that the left wanted to make comedy illegal? He said that. I think it was during the campaign. Can you believe the left wants to make comedy illegal? Yeah, right. No, but guess who does want to make comedy illegal? Right? Oh, so let's finish on a really happy note. Are you guys familiar with Leslie Jones? Because she is one of my favorite comedians. She's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. She was interviewed by Nicole Wallace just in the last couple of days. I'm going to put a link to that video in the description and hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as I did. It was one of my most favorite videos to watch recently. And she did the most brilliant impression of our president a long time ago. She's very talented. A Black woman doing the best Trump impression I've ever seen. Leslie Jones. Oh, she did one just yesterday. about who you calling Piggy. Should we play that?
If he was the apprentice, we wouldn't care. He's the president. Right. Do you understand? And that's crazy talk. I think, look, it is crazy. And I think the other thing, look, I did this finally this week and it's too late. He's calling female reporters piggy and stupid and dumb and insubordinate. And to your point, I asked this yesterday, like, why don't people en masse say, I don't think that's cool, and walk out? Because he would lose his mind if the press stopped. Wait a minute. Let me explain something to you. I don't understand how these people let that. I don't mean no harm. If he would have said, shut up, Pickett to me, I'd have been like, you fat yourself. You stinking bastard. You wouldn't be able to talk to me like that. Who you calling Piggy, you fat
It's like the longest.
Once she walked in on, I mean,
longest beep in the world.
Like that.
That's cute. So Nicole Wallace has this series that she calls The Best People. And so Leslie Jones was yesterday. So this is what I was looking for, though. Let's see. This is Lisa, your nephew applies it, right?
Oh, hey, you could use Target Circle 360 same-day delivery to almost anywhere. It's like having a whole team of
Stop with the ad. Come on.
You kind of look like Santa. No?
Sorry.
Send a gift same day.
Stop with the ad. I hate when it doesn't let you skip it.
For a long time, you know, I never thought that it could be a possibility. It's a disaster.
Ah.
So much material for the next 4 years. Do you really think he's going to do this the next 4 years? Doesn't he have other stuff to do?
Not sure, but I mean, who's going to replace him?
I never dreamed that I could play the president, but then Melissa played Spicer, and I was like, yo, why can't I play Trump? I knew I had to make this happen, so I studied everything about him. Huge. Drain the swamp of tremendous Muslims. It even started to affect my relationship.
Can't we just have sex?
Come on, Kyle, I have to practice this.
Baby, I'm sorry, okay? It's just you don't even look like Donald Trump. You're too beautiful.
We already had sex like twice today. Get off me. But I just had to commit.
So is this like a send-up on his fragile masculinity?
Nope.
Is it like a Hamilton thing where you're making a comment on race and politics?
Nope, it's about giving America what it wants. Some people couldn't see it.
A woman playing Trump? It's an interesting idea, Leslie, but trust me, it'll never fly.
Finally, it was the moment of truth.
Leslie, you can go in now.
Morning, baby. I have a huge idea. Biggie. How can I have this? All right. I mean, I understand. Fellas, hey, can I have a minute, please? Say no to me! People keep casting me as somebody who always fails. I'm trying to say what I think. I'm trying to stay fucking camera. I'm going. Vanessa, what are you doing?
I'm looking out for number one, baby.
And if it's supposed to be my friend, am I fired?
That hair. Oh, man.
Donald, is that you?
Melania? I mean, yes, darling, it's me.
What are you doing out here in the cold? Get in.
That silly. Okay, let's turn that down. All right. Sorry, I haven't caught up with your chat in a minute. Jimmy Swaggart, Jerry Falwell, Jim Baker, yes. Kenneth Copeland, I just looked it up. There you go. I forgot about him. Yuck. Yeah, I don't know who Kenneth Copeland is. That's hilarious. DJT is not a leader. He is not so proper. He is absolutely pathetic. I mean, the whole thing with Rob Reiner was even lower than I thought was possible for him. Really, even lower than I thought was possible for him. I'm glad you thought that was funny, Annabes. I love it. I'll put a link in the description to another one because I was actually trying to play a different one, but I got confused. So she is so funny. And I'll put a link to that whole interview with Nicole Wallace because it's such a great interview. I love Nicole Wallace. She's amazing. I really dig Katie Fang lately. Do you guys watch Katie Fang? That girl rocks. She is really smart. Katie Kirk's really good too. Trying to think. The Democracy Now! That's a channel that I like a lot. Rich Wilson. I've been digging Rich Wilson lately. I'll put a link in the description to an excellent Rich Wilson video. He's been cranking them out lately. He's so good. I forget the name of his channel. It's like Political Network or something like that, but Rich Wilson is the content creator. Erica Kirk and him have the same evil eyes. Oh, okay. I'll look up Kenneth Copeland right now. Yes. Kenneth Copeland. I'm just so happy to come on live and see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. American televangelist. Yikes. They definitely have the same creepy vibe. Man, he really looks like... Is he trying to look demonic? Because he's doing a really good job of looking demonic, man. Especially that one. He looks like some kind of zombie, like soul-sucking freak. That one's pretty creepy too. But yeah, the eyes, like what the F is wrong with his eyes? Like there's definitely something satanic going on there. I mean, if it's a medical thing, then, then I'm sorry. But, yeah, like the eyes have it. You can practically see the horns on that man, huh? Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks so much for the love, my dear. Yes, Anna, he be the one high energy on stage, always turned me off with his demeanor. He looks evil. Someone was trying to interview him and he got so angry and he looked scary. Man, Erica is really into the whole anger thing. Like, she thinks she's beautiful when she's angry. I mean, she's not. She's pretty demonic looking when she's angry. And she's kind of demonic looking when she's not angry, right? Well, I am going to sign off, you guys. So peace be with you. drink your water, eat your protein, do your neti pot, even if you're not suffering like I am, just to keep it at bay. The neti pot or the Neomed, and we don't need to go into great detail, but they're just nasal irrigation systems, and it's so important to do that this time of year especially. I think that like yogis do the nasal irrigation like every day. It's just part of their thing. And I try to be like that sometimes, but then I forget for long periods of time. I haven't done it in forever. All right. Yes. Good night, you guys. Oh, you do the neti pot? Yeah, the Neomed one is faster than the neti pot. But I used to do the neti pot when I was a teenager. I got into it back in the 80s. And then the Neomed thing I like just because it's faster. But yeah, the neti pot's kind of better. It seems like it's a healthier way to do it. Anyway, yes. Peace out. And thanks a bunch. And sending you love. And ending the stream, except that it's not letting me. Is it going to let me? It's denying me. All right. Take care, you guys. Thanks so much.